We back at it again, y'all. Gotta make up for the piss poor performance the other day, man. I already know I was tweaking. Y'all are probably just like, I don't even know why you're watching this video after the first one, but I promise you I'll play a lot better in this one. So, you about to tee up. Pretty general opening for me, man. I don't really have one. A lot of people, what's your opening, or like, what do you do? Like, I've been asked that numerous times. I kind of hate openings because, especially like as a player that's like developing, bro, like you shouldn't be like trying to play one way. You know what I'm saying? You should be trying to find like your play style, like learning naturally. How would you play like given no constraints? So it's kind of like my thing. But as you can see here, he's already getting the one up on me. He has the bishop lined up there. I'm in a position of nothing right now. Comes back. I'm about to do a lot of dancing with the knight, just to let you guys know. So when you see me playing pretty cowardly, don't be too disappointed. That's to be expected. By the way, this guy's pretty good. If you haven't noticed, by our first game, he whipped my ass pretty bad. This second game, you're just gonna see how composed he is, really. Not to toot his own horn or make me feel better about my losses, but he's played a couple grandmasters, stuff like that, so he's pretty good. Been playing chess for a long time. As you're gonna see, like I mentioned, man, I'm gonna do a lot of dance in this game. But I promise you, it actually becomes semi-competitive. As you can tell by the video length, if you haven't already checked, it's longer than a 3-minute joint from last time. So we're definitely going do some things this game. All right, so the dancing kind of ends for me there, and now we're really about to get into this middle game. Excuse my chess lingo. I'm still, and it's so sad to say, like I'm still memorizing like the spots on the board, because it should be pretty straightforward, but I think I have it pretty good. Where he moved his knight from b8 to c6, right? And that's an obvious a1 to b1 move. All right, I had no clue, by the way, what in the absolute world he was lining up. I think you can just tell by my play I wasn't really lining up anything, so that's how that was going for me. I did a quick 1-to-1 trade. He got the better of my pawn interaction there, so I was just like, okay, we're just gonna... I'm a very sacrificial player, if you haven't noticed already, man. I mean, it's kind of whatever I gotta do to keep the game either even or to eliminate even the slightest advantage from my opponent. I kind of do that. I just go for it. Obviously, he's a more experienced player, so this play style is just not much. But I kind of switch on my play style towards the end of this middle game, which I guess turns into the end game because of clock. Let me see. He's working with about 3.5 minutes. I got about 2 some on my side. It's so tough to manage the clock, man, when you're playing in person. It's just a whole different vibe, So I think I got him thinking there. He kind of sees I'm going for that backside with his, what is that, c7? Kind of going for that backside on him. Pause. Yeah, he moves that pawn up. It's crazy because if I was in his shoes, I probably would have fell for it, but see, he's even laughing. He's like, you thought you were good. So here I am. See, I'm really trying to get into this confrontational type of game with him, because this is the real way that I feel like I can actually win it, if that makes sense. So he makes a pretty obvious move there. You can just tell, man, I'm taking too much time to think, and like that's not a bad thing. You know, I'd rather lose games because I was in a thought rather than make terrible decisions. But like, you know, you have to admire the kind of the thought process with this guy. How quickly he can just make these decisions and how he reacts. I think he was kind of explaining to me, you know, it's all about patterns. And I agree with him more or less. Or I think, ooh, look. That C1 rook that I positioned was pretty good. But he kind of saw through that, countered that, and now he has a pretty clear target for my rook. So let's see. Looking back on it, I should have just moved my bishop, or I should have moved the pawn initially there. But I kind of delayed, and I saw the movement. It wasn't anything new that I hadn't seen before, but you know, time is on his side, so I'm just trying to make quick decisions at this point. So like right there, I should have just moved the bishop right there, because I could have neutralized him, and had he made a bad move, I would have got a slight advantage. He probably would have went c7 to c6 there, but you know, but that would have trapped him, you know, gave me some options, some better looks coming down the pipeline. Let's see, what do I decide to do? I guess I tried to delay there a little bit, but like, really? You know what I'm saying? Like, really, that kind of sucks. He kind of sees some of those things, I guess, materializing with the rook at c1, so he's trying to, you know, kind of cut some losses there ahead of time, so he doesn't have to deal with it later. But that's assuming I would even make it to later, because that's how bad I'm playing these days. But like, I mean, at this point, he's just being gracious, trying to see if I mean, he basically spared me. I would hate to say he forgot, but it's almost as if I forgot, you know? Oh, but he got me in the check, so I had no choice. And yep, he goes there with the bishop, so he's just having fun now. It's his game. Once you get that rook, for some reason, man, once somebody gets your rook, it's not even your queen. Once someone gets that rook, man, it's a different game. So you know me, vengeful as hell, trying to get mines back. He's not even letting me. Probably should have went pawn h2 to h3 maybe, or is that h? I don't know. I told you I'm trying to get better with the reading. Here I am trying to get my revenge again, but you know, his knight is very prepared for that one, so not much to talk about there. That was the latest hell. What the hell? But yeah, I go up there trying to threaten that. He protects with the king. Maybe I should have made a play there with the knight. Yeah, I could have made a play. No, my bad. Not with the knight. With the rook there. And I ran out of time. I hope you guys like this loss a little bit better. I know the last one was terrible. Some of you guys communicated that to me, but you know, if you enjoyed the video, man, like, subscribe, do whatever you want, man. We got a page on Instagram. More content coming soon. Much love, man. Peace.